Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new Ninjago video here on the channel. My name is TannerFishies. In today's video, we are going to be discussing the first issue of Ninjago Shatterspin once again. Now, for those that might not be aware, Ninjago Shatterspin's first issue has been officially released as of the time of recording this video, and I have since uploaded my review of issue number 1. I will link that down below just in case you guys want to check it out. Reminder, this is a canon Ninjago comic tying in quite a bit to Dragons Rising Season 2, and that's exactly what we are going to be discussing for today's video. We are going to be taking a look through issue 1 of Shatterspin and making as many connections as possible to Season 2 of Dragons Rising, because there are quite a few tie-ins and connections that I wish to highlight. Now, with that being said, consider that your official spoiler warning for issue 1 of Ninjago Shatterspin, just in case you plan on checking it out for yourself, and I would still recommend you guys check out issue 1 of Shatterspin. This is not going to be a play-by-play of what exactly happens in issue number 1. We are not going to be spoiling the entire book, but we are going to be talking about some connections that have been made between this comic series and Dragons Rising Season 2. Starting with the wildness. Now, yes, it is true that a large majority of this issue, as well as the rest of the Shatterspin comic series, will be taking place in the wildness. In older Ninjago seasons, we got glimpses every now and then because Chima obviously cameoed quite a few times, but now we are diving straight into the wildness with Dragons Rising, and especially with Shatterspin issue number 1. And remember, this is pre-merge as well. Garmadon is exploring the wildness before the events of the merge. This is the wildness in its natural state, and as revealed in Dragons Rising Season 2, what exactly comes from the wildness? Well, the Wolf Clan and the Shadow Dojo, which Garmadon does encounter directly. Now, the Wolf Clan members we will get to here in a second, but in the Shadow Dojo, he finds the Gong of Shattering and the Mallet of Shattering, unintentionally throwing the mallet at the gong, not knowing what it would do. Obviously, if you've seen Dragons Rising Season 2, you know what the mallet and the Gong of Shattering are all about. The gong is struck by the mallet, causing a massive shockwave, and it naturally summons the Lichen King, who is a character that the show has not yet referenced, but it is possible that the Lichen King has some ties to the Wolf Clan, maybe even being the Wolf Mask Shadow Army leader, since his color scheme is relatively similar to some Wolf Mask warriors that we've seen. Also, on top of all of that, the Blood Moon is indeed in the sky in the wildness at the time of Garmadon being here, unless it's a different red moon, but it must be the Blood Moon, right? It's gotta be. And speaking of the Blood Moon, Garmadon comes across these weird stone statues of various Wolf Clan members. They are conscious, kind of. They are more so spirits haunting the statues, but this could be the same curse that we saw in Season 2 Part 1 with Egalt and Rontu. When the Blood Moon rose, they turned to stone. It's unclear whether or not they were still conscious, but they did turn to stone when the Blood Moon rose. Maybe this comic will finally explain what exactly that curse is all about, because Season 2 Part 1 definitely did not. But anyway, Garmadon finds all of these Wolf Clan members turned to stone, and like I said, they appear to be possessed by their spirits. Maybe these are ghosts haunting their bodies as they naturally died when they were encased in stone. As dark as that sounds, we know that Shatterspin as a comic series is going for a darker, more mature tone. So to me, that checks out. So the Blood Moon would have to have been in the sky for a while, right? And it almost sounds like the Wolf Clan, according to Shatterspin issue 1, were not necessarily bad guys. Garmadon apparently undid everything that they sacrificed to seal up the Shadow Dojo and keep the Gong of Shattering at bay. Garmadon entered the dojo and immediately activated the Gong of Shattering. That was something that these Wolf Clan members had sacrificed themselves to prevent. So what exactly happened here? Even more so, apparently somebody in the Wolf Clan long ago tried to harness the power of the Forbidden Five and ended up dooming the wildness. In terms of who that could be, maybe the Lichen King was the one that tried to harness the power of the Forbidden Five. But either way, someone tried to do that. They tried to give the Mallet of Shattering to Garmadon for protection, but Garmadon still wants to use it for its intended purpose. Remember, Garmadon came to the wildness with the hope of finding a new level of power that could defeat the Serpentine. Master Chen told him about the power of the Forbidden Five, which is why Garmadon is here to begin with. He still wants to use this power for for its intended purpose, much to the dismay of the other Wolf Clan members that were encased in stone. And according to these Wolf Clan members, Garmadon's arrogance has put all of the realms in danger. Maybe that's a sign of what's to come with the merge and everything that we see in Season 2 so far, involving the Gong of Shattering, the Mallet of Shattering, and the Wolf Clan. Also, the Forbidden Five are directly mentioned because obviously this comic is about unlocking the secrets of the Forbidden Five, and I imagine this comic as well will include a ton of history and a ton of backstory for the Forbidden Five. Garmadon literally marches up to the Shadow Dojo and demands the Forbidden Five's power, and again, that is the whole reason why he is here. He hopes to use their power to stop the Serpentine in his realm because, again, this is set during the Serpentine War. And speaking of which, we have Master Chen in Shatterspin as well. Now, this is something that I did mention in a whole bunch of previous videos, but I will say again, Chen is here in this comic, and this comic is establishing more of his history with Garmadon. Apparently, Chen knew about the Forbidden Five, the Shadow Dojo, Shatterspin, all of that, and Master Chen, well, being Master Chen, sent Garmadon essentially to his death. There's no way that Garmadon could get back from the wildness, right? Well, we know that Garmadon eventually does, but Chen is the whole reason why Garmadon is even here. In terms of how this could connect to Season 2, well, maybe Chen could be brought up more. I mean, we do have the Tournament of the Sources coming up soon. Could Master Chen be involved somehow in that whole conflict? Who's to say? And really quick, I do want to talk about these other characters that we can see in this comic. This group of 5 individuals here that appear to be at least related to the Forbidden Five in some way. Like I said in my review, it's no coincidence that there are 5 of these characters, one for each member of the Forbidden Five. And these kids definitely look up to the Forbidden Five in some way. One of them even says, "May the Five protect us." So come on, these guys have to be connected to the Forbidden Five in some way. Maybe they will be using Garmadon later on. I mean, we know in upcoming issues that Garmadon will be training them, but maybe Garmadon only thinks that he's training them. Maybe they are using him for some grander purpose. And again, in terms of who exactly these characters are, well, they could be disciples of the Forbidden Five, they could be reincarnations of the Forbidden Five, maybe future vessels for the Forbidden Five to take over and use for their own evil doing, much like how we saw with Garmadon and the Overlord in the proper Ninjago series. Overall, there are quite a few connections between Dragons Rising Season 2 and the Shatterspin comic, especially issue 1, and I imagine in future issues of the Shatterspin comic, there will only continue to be more Season 2 references. But from what I could figure out, from what I've read, from what I remember, those are all of the connections so far. So thank you so much for watching today's video. Leave all of your thoughts down below in the comments. What exactly did you think of issue 1 of Shatterspin, and all of the ways that it ties into Dragons Rising Season 2 and other corners of the Ninjago TV series. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed today's video, feel free to like and subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I will talk to you guys again very, very soon. Peace.